Back to my channel, Sparkle and Glue. So glad to have you here today. I thought we would try to do a little pop-up page. So it's just going to be, it's just going to open up and have a little picture frame that pops up. And I thought we would just work on it together. So here's a cutting guide I have. Let me put it here. So if you want to take a screenshot, I'll keep it out, but we can then, if you want to pre-cut or if you just want to craft along. But anyway, I'm going to put it over here. So the first page is our base page, and we're going to cut it by 12 by 6. So this page is already 12, so I'm just going to line it up with 6. Okay. And our next, there's only 3 pages we're cutting for the base, so let's just do those. And then the frame is 8 by 4. So let's go ahead and cut 8 by 4. Okay. And then the pop-up little mechanism is 4 by 2. So this, you know what, I just want to make sure that we're actually getting the right size. So let's cut this 4 by 2. And I'm using colored paper because I just wanted to see how it comes out. Instead of, but you can certainly use white or black or whatever you want. Okay, so on the base page, which is 12 by 6, you're going to score on the 12-inch side, and you're going to score at 6. Or you can just fold this in half if you prefer. Either way. I'm going to use the light pink. That didn't really line up exactly perfect, and I wonder why. Because it's not exactly 12. Okay, so probably be better to fold in half, unless you know your page is exactly the size it's supposed to be. Okay, so we're just going to score. And then the same with the 8 by 4. We're just going to fold in half again, or you can score at 4 on the 8-inch side. And just press that. Okay, and as far as our little pop-up, this is the hardest part of the whole thing. Making this and making it work actually. So, but you're going to score on the 4-inch side at a half. We're going to score at 2 and 3 1/2. So what you're making here, and we're going to fold on the score lines. Now what you want to do is you want to fold this score line to line up a little further down than the page and press down. Okay, and you're going to do the same with the other side. So you're going to take this score line and you want to fold it down just a little bigger than the piece of paper. So what you're trying to get is this little fold here. I don't know if you can see it okay. So you want this, we're going to miter the corners. You can do them separately or together. Just makes it a little easier. Okay, so again, you see what we're getting here, right? A little fold with the middle. All right. We'll move this. So that's the end pretty much of the scoring. Here is your first 12 by 6 page, and I already cut out, and I have it here, cover paper, 5 3/4 by 5 3/4. I didn't cut the front because we could always do that later, but we're going to place this inside before you do this. So, and I'm using Aleene's glue for this, and then I'm going to use the art glitter probably for the mechanism because it dries a little quicker. But go ahead, and I'm just centering so I have a little bit of a border, but this is certainly a preference, whatever you prefer. And I already inked around it with, I used Tim Holtz Distressed Oxide Gathered Twigs is what I inked with. So again, these are 5 3/4 by 5 3/4, and we're just putting them down, and again, press down. Okay, so we have our little booklet, or card page, and this is something you can put in an album, or you can make a card and send it. Okay, so now what we're going to work on, and this also needs, it's easier to do the paper first, so let's go ahead and do that as well. All right, so we're just going to put, and then I made these, which are right here, the inside frame, 3 1/2 by 3 1/2. So what I do is I do everything by like a quarter smaller than the last. And that just leaves you with a little border if you want it. I just figured I would do this as a picture mat or journaling or sayings or anything you want to put there. So let's go ahead and put our second piece down. The paper is from Creative Fabrica. I downloaded it. I'll link their channel below. And this pop-up page design is from Tanyu Creative, and I'll link her channel below. She has a lot of pop-up and really neat little designs and elements. Okay, so we pretty much made our page, our little pop-up frame. Now, we have our little mechanism, again, that folds. I'm using the art glitter glue on this because it dries a little faster. What you want to do, actually, we're going to flip it this way so you have it folds in, or down, I guess. And you're placing glue on both sides of the fold. And you're going to take a corner and glue it and place it down like that, and then push down. So what you're trying to get is it glued down where it's going to open like this. Okay, and just make sure that it's dry or close to. Alright, now what you're going to do is your flaps here, they're going to be facing towards the other side of the page. You're going to, and this doesn't have to be exact, but this is, you're leaving a little bit of a border here, and you're kind of lining this up with the side of the page, and then just angle a little. So if you can see, we have a little bit of just a, I guess a sliver of a triangle here. And you're going to place some glue just on the tab. And you're going to fold your page over. And push down, because you want it to dry, and give it a chance. And then if you open carefully, you can actually push down from inside, which really helps it seal. Okay? And then you're going to place glue on your second tab. And you're going to close your book this way. And go ahead and push down. And I'm going to give it a minute because I'm always rushing, and then you open it up and it falls apart. But anyway, so now that's what I was afraid of, so I'm not waiting long enough. So let's give it a minute. And what you want to do is if it's sticking at least enough, you can push down. and get it to adhere. You could also use double-sided tape for this, but okay. So what you have, and like I said, you'll decorate the front however you want, and if you're putting this in an album, you can glue it right down in the back page, and then this just opens up like this. And if you want to just make sure the paper's working how you want, fold it down a couple times, open it back up, just till it gets a smooth motion and you feel comfortable with it. And I'm just pushing down a little here. And that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I'll see you soon on the next video. Have a great day.